Help me.
That didn't look like any disease I've ever seen.
We've built a home here, and you just want to abandon it.
And our runners keep having to go farther from the church to find supplies.
Seems reasonable.
Fine. Then maybe you should bail on us too.
What the hell was that?
Welcome back to Tran State of Decay. The last hour, I just been talking to myself. Not that I say a whole lot anyway. But anyways, I will watch the footage and do post-commentary on it. I should probably stop more often to check. State of Decay isn't something that lends itself to stopping a lot.
Is it true? Is he like...
I'm afraid so. Thought like hell, but there wasn't no recovering from his wounds.
Oh. Was it, I mean... Did he suffer?
He was unconscious for most of it. He only woke up a couple of times. He mentioned you at the end.
Thank you.
Well, I've got 11 people and 8 beds. Hopefully I'll initiate the look for a new home mission fairly soon. Now, zombies can clip through doors sometimes, so even closing it won't save you.
Confirmed. We're Zed free here.
If that zombie decides to investigate the area and crashes through the window, it will lure more zombies. And this is why I was a little bit annoyed when those people took over the gas station, is I don't get the gas from it. Maybe there's no gas in that one. Maybe it's just a convenience mart or something, but...
I'm already loaded down here.
But gas, you don't need that much gas in the game, but it is nice to get.
Attention civilians. Remain in your homes with the doors locked and the windows secured. If you do not comply with these instructions, the Army will not take responsibility for you being chewed on by Zed. Thank you. And by American.
See, I like Eric Tan.
I'm already loaded down. I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
We'll see you soon. Some weird rumors have been going around on the radio. People getting beat up, robbed, stuff like that.
Any idea who's behind it?
I don't know. Could be the old lady that volunteers at the cat rescue. Or, ooh, the Meals on Wheels guy. He's got a van and everything. Or, and this is totally speculation here, it could be the known felons who live just outside of town.
Yeah. It might be time I had a little talk with the Wilkersons.
Might want to ask Job about it. Mickey's got that temper. I'd hate to think how he'd respond to an accusation like that.
I don't like Lily. This is just another reason not to like Lily. She's just stirring up crap. Also, you're not necessarily from the area, so she's just like, ooh, I could be the guys I don't like. I mean, she's very hostile to everything. I think people just think she's cute. I find forced cuteness not really a
I
thing.
found some supplies. Send runners for pickup.
I'll see who's free and send him your way.
Sit tight. I'm bringing the stuff home.
We'll be ready.
I'll check this out next.
You can't do everything yourself. Come home and rest. Somebody else can pick up the slack.
I'm almost home.
I hope you brought me something pretty.
Show you when I get there.
There you go. Don't say I never gave you anything.
My hero.
I'm on the move.
I hear ya.
I mean, I'm running 0 mods, so I don't know what what these enclaves with zombies are all about here. Really? The driving in this game does leave something to be desired. I hope the State of Decay 2 is far superior than that. Run it past it. There's a lot of rocks in the way, so you can't actually, you might be able to, but it's probably just easier for me to drive around the road, or on the road instead of...
Scouts can't go anywhere without running into hordes.
Oh, this is good. Unfortunately, all of my outposts will blow up the hordes before I get near them. When you have too many horde events, that's a great way to raise your team's morale and your character's personality, or I don't know what to call it. Character's individual mood. When Lily talks about that, that means you will get rewarded for killing hordes, essentially. In influence and morale. The town is pretty much covered in... like this. Boom! He's already gone. There's no way I can respond to that in time, because I'm already so secure. Now, I know I could just turn off the outpost and then I wouldn't be secure, but I don't really feel like dealing with that either. So I would just rather be superior in my security and not have to deal with sieges entirely. It's not like I have any shortage of fighting zombies, so...
Talk to the boys if you're looking for a trade. I'm busy here.
Hold on 1 second. If I confront him, this particular enclave's trust with me goes down, and community reputation may increase. If I don't confront him, I don't get any trust gain or decreasing, or trust doesn't worsen either. But community reputation worsens. I believe community reputation is just like what the default trust status is of everybody you meet, like a passive modifier. Since I'm not really interested in recruiting every enclave I ever meet, I'm just going to go ahead and say no. Now, hopefully this doesn't cancel future Wilkerson missions, because there's a whole Wilkerson chain, or quest chain, or whatever.
Take care. Talk to the boys if you're looking for a trade. I'm busy here. Catch you later.
Coming home now.
I tell you the other night I busted into my bitch ex-wife's house?
Nah.
Yep, kicked in the door, smashed up the place, pissed on her bed. Felt good, even though she's already a zombie. Best part though, no piece of shit local cops showing up blabbing about drunk and disorderly and restraining order bullshit.
Yeah.
So damn tired. Time to take a look around. Looks like that's all there is to see.
Now, sometimes your characters don't actually walk in the direction you tell them to. It's happened a couple times already this play session. So, like, I could be holding down D and be turning the camera, and he'll still be running in that direction or something. Really, he should be doing this, like a slow, circular trot.
Hey, come here. This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck.
For the purposes of this playthrough, I'm not like dragging every rucksack back, but that's probably what I would do.
I found some supplies. Okay, I'll run this home.
We'll be ready.
I think he's on this side of the fence, and that other zombie's gonna see me. Well, it'd be faster just to warp, but I don't want to leave my car, so I'm gonna drive on back.
Anybody out there's got a set of wheels and the inclination to play good Samaritan, swing on by the farm. Ain't nothing too dangerous.
I'm headed out.
Duly noted.
Now, for doing this, your community reputation also worsens.
Come on. Up you get. Time for you to get home.
He don't look so good, Job. Looks like you might keel over if you breathe on him funny.
Well, we can't have that now, can we? We gotta get you back to your people.
Please. I'll be fine. Just let me go.
Our friend here would be happy to take you home. Wouldn't you, friend?
Like, even if you're a good guy and you don't like the Wilkersons, would you just let Sam Haney die? I mean, you should take him home, but the game punishes you for that.
I'm on it. There, you see? You'll be in good hands. Now, why do I doubt that you're helping this guy out of the goodness of your hearts, huh? Just looking after our customer base. You understand.
You get him home safe, drinks are on me when you get back.
I could get used to this.
Even if you come to a complete stop, he can't hurt anybody in the back. He won't climb in or anything. It's totally fine. I'm talking about the zombie.
Thank you for getting me out of there. I thought I was dead.
So, what happened?
The Wilkerson boys decided I was getting behind on my payments. Tried to tell them I could get the rest, but it didn't matter. It's terrible.
If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Yeah, well, it's my own fault for doing business with them. Still, a couple of cracked ribs is better than starving, I guess.
Mickey really worked you over, huh?
Mickey? Hell no. He was the one who stopped it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, surprised the hell out of me, too.
So anyways, yeah, this is the zombie apocalypse. People are going to take food and medicine seriously, so if you trade for something and they're counting on you, they've given up their food and medicine for you, come through on it. Otherwise, you're basically just robbing.
Well, it's my stop. I appreciate you looking after me. I feel bad for asking another favor, but don't tell the others what happened to me, okay? They got enough to worry about without this.
Where the hell have you... Oh my lord, what happened to you?
It's nothing, I just took a bad fall. Lucky a good Samaritan happened by and helped me back here.
A bad fall, huh? Well, you better get yourself inside and lie down. Go on, scoot. As for you, well, I guess we owe you one. Nice to see not all the decent folks are gone.
Yeah, well, they may owe me one, but they're never going to pay you back, because they're going to die like everybody else. No joke. Just you logging back in later, they're just going to have faded away like most other enclaves. I'm going to go and just buy this ammo. I like ammo. And your influence goes away, so I like ammo.
I'm in place. Give me a few minutes.
Sam? What are you doing out here?
Looking for Andy Pims.
And who's Andy Pims?
Fuck, you're persistent. Andy's the guy who used to come into Pastor Will's soup kitchen all the time. Haven't seen him since this bullshit went down. What?
I'll help you look.
Hey, if that floats your boat, I'm not turning down free help. Old bastard's probably dead by now. But apparently I'm a sucker for winos with no teeth and bad gout. Because here I am looking for him. I got a few ideas where to look. Come on.
So how did you end up working in a soup kitchen?
The fuck's that supposed to mean? I volunteered. What, you think I wouldn't help my fellow man unless it was court-ordered? I've been helping Pastor Will with charity shit for years.
Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
Goddamn right.
Anybody home? Consider this one searched. Anybody home? Consider this one searched.
See, isn't this so much easier searching this way? I think I hear him in this one. Probably upstairs.
Hello?
Shit. That's Andy.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, about what I expected. Even money, whether the Zeds got him or the booze did. Let's take care of him and go the fuck home.
Does he attack?
Rest in peace, you gross old bastard.
So weird.
I'm headed home.
So damn tired.
Now, moving to potential home sites costs you construction materials every time, and those buildings are lost. Like, let's say I spent a lot of resources on the church. Even if I were to move back in the church, everything goes back to its default status. However, I will probably move to the Kirkman residence as soon as it lets me.
How's it going?
Heads up, coming in hot.
He's uncertain, so let's go and turn this in.
There you go. Don't say I never gave you anything.
Now he's supportive.
What you got?
Oh, you know, some stuff.
Can't switch to Catherine yet. But I should be able to switch to... Where is Sam? Oh, there she is. I was like, did she die?
Son of a bitch.
So, you were up on Mount Tanner the day you found us.
Yeah.
My dad was up there that day. You know, my dad who's been missing ever since. Anything you want to tell me?
Yeah. I guess it's time. Your dad... He didn't make it, Lily. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I mean, I kinda already knew, but it's good to hear it out loud. Just got word on the radio. Sounds like God's in some kind of trouble.
She couldn't...
Where's he at?
According to the reports, he's up at the cemetery outside Spencer's Mill.
Hope he's not expecting to find new patients up there.
She couldn't shut up long enough. Actually, no, let's have Sam do this one. Or Ed, or yeah. Because he's the one that gets healed by Doc. The first time I played this, I never got this mission. Then the second time I played it, I did. I think I may have, like, moved out too fast or something, and the game bugged. Those are also ways you can rescue or keep What's-His-Face alive. Pastor Will.
Scary out there. Do what you can.
Now, when I did do this before, there was a Juggernaut, and that sucked. So, I'm bringing a shotgun. Like, I can defeat Juggernaut. There are ways to defeat Juggernauts, but right now I have, like, a level 2 fighting guy.
How are things on the home front?
Tense. People are starting to get antsy, what with the crowding and all.
I'll swing by when
Ain't too proud to ask for help. Obliged to you. Thought them things had my number for sure this time.
What are you doing up here?
Paying my respects. That's Magina, right over there.
Sorry.
It was a long time ago. At least it spared her from seeing all this. Hell, she probably handled it better than I do. She always was the smart one in the relationship. Lately, I find myself coming out here more and more regular. Talking to her sets my mind at ease. Didn't figure on them things following me this time. Anyways, appreciate the help. You find your people and need a doctor, you give me a call.
Need an escort. They're in a tough spot. Can you give them an escort?
I'm on the move.
Duly noted.
Some zombies have armor and cannot be hurt by bullets. I'll beat that zombie over there, I think. It's hard to tell. These zombies are actually active zombies. The best way is just to roll on them like that. They can surprisingly pounce you surprisingly easily otherwise.
So damn tired. I got these assholes.
Trouble up ahead.
Let's do one more sweep. Make sure everything's clear.
Better get ready. We'll be on them soon if we keep going this way. We're clear.
This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck.
cannot believe you. You want to run away. Again.
Come on, Lily. That's not fair.
You're right, it's not. We've built a home here, and you just want to abandon it because things are getting tough.
What's going on, you two?
I was just trying to tell Lily that we need to start looking for a new place to live. We're too cramped in here, and our runners keep having to go farther and farther from the church to find supplies.
Seems reasonable. Things have been pretty tight lately.
Fine, then maybe you should bail on us too.
See, don't you just want to punch her in the face? I don't know, maybe that's just me. Alright, so who should I bring in? Probably reflexes. Leadership. Powerhouse, reflex. So my choices are either a leadership person or a reflex person. We'll go with this reflex person. First, let's bring back Ed. Put up his extra gear.
What the hell did they think was gonna happen?
Come on, Marcus.
Typical. Shit. At this rate, I'd settle for a slingshot. Better luck finding ammo for it, at least.
Should we... I can do that.
Cool. Let's head down towards Marshall. I think I know a place that might suit us. Or we can just drive around for a while and see what we see. Your call.
Now you'll get some wits bonuses. Drive to many different places instead of just straight up objective. So I'm gonna hit all the places first. The one place I generally don't ever move is the farm in the middle of the map. But some people swear by it, so... Let's go and take this one. It's not as flimsy as the hatchback, but I don't have much use for it otherwise.
What do you think?
Might be, yeah.
Whatever you say.
Oh, that's one place I can move to. I don't think he'll ever count that one, so I'm not going to bother taking him there. Though I am really, really curious. I kind of want to find out. I changed mine. I really don't think anything's going to result from that, so let's just take this cop car. Make something of this trip. Okay, other home sites. I think somewhere around here is a home site. There's one, but you're not supposed to be able to get there right now. There's a siren button. Good for pulling zombies around. Bad for pretty much anything you actually want to do. I'm used to this hill right here.
So what was that with you and Lily?
It's a long story.
Not much on the radio to fill the time.
Good point. My mom died when I was 13. Lily was 9.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, not long after that was when Lily was diagnosed. And our dad, he's kind of a wreck. I had to pick up a lot of that slack. Jacob, I need you to be a man. Help take care of your sister. You know what I mean? It was a lot for a kid to live up to. And I didn't handle it well. And as soon as I turned 18, I told my dad that I was moving to Danforth and I was going to college.
And?
Oh, man, he blew up. We had a huge fight, didn't talk for years after that. I finally got back in touch with him just a couple of months ago, actually. And this is my first visit home. Anyway, I don't think Lily's quite forgiven me yet.
This could work. Nice size. Remote enough there's not too many Zeds.
Remote enough we'd have to drive to get anywhere, but I mean, I see your point.
That's been a while. Okay, yeah. Been a while, so I don't exactly remember the roads all that well. Oh, I don't exactly remember the roads the way I used to remember them. Like, I was very smooth about driving before.
This place doesn't look much bigger than the church.
Yeah, but it's right in the middle of Marshall. Plenty of supply options. Plus, it looks like we could build on the roof if we had to.
I'll worry about surveying some other time. It's my look. I'm not running any mods or anything. This is a fresh install. I hadn't even played it until this recording, but I feel like my game is all kinds of messed up. And if that's the case, I'll just start over in the year one stated year one. Okay, here's some people. Good. I was gonna just start over in the year one edition and catch up to where I am now. I generally take up shelter in this town over here and break down and stuff like that. And I think the very first time I ever fell off a survey tap point was this one right here. And I think I exited the game real fast.
Now that's the kind of place that we could really stretch out in.
Yeah, but can you imagine how many people we'd need to keep it secure?
And over here is the shed. This is what's called feeding the shed for players on State of Decay. Is that room back there, that building? People would feed survivors they didn't like into that place. So if you got a person who was just, you know, a someone was kind of sour, had no advantages, just ate up food or whatever, you might get rid of them by feeding them to the shed.
Well, what do you think? Check this place out. It's got a big yard, a privacy wall that we could fortify pretty easily, and check out that tree fort. We could turn that into a watchtower easy.
You seem awfully excited about this place.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, my best friend Sally, she lived in this house. And I was so jealous. I always wanted to live here.
Well then, let's take a look inside.
And you're not worried about Sally at all? Like, what if she needed your help?
Jesus!
Can't see. Help me.
What the hell was that?
Beats me.
That didn't look like any disease I've ever seen. You?
No way.
Maybe we ought to go, huh?
I'll just take this car. I eventually will go to this city, so I might as well leave that truck here.
Well, I think that's the most exhaustive survey of Trumbull County ever. I don't think we left any stone unturned. So, what do you think?
I'll think about it.
Sure. Big decision, I get it. Just remember, tree fort.
Actually, I don't even need to do anything. I just warp. At least I'll get that car out of the way. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move now so I can start power outage again.
You seem troubled. Is, everything alright?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just, worried in general.
Well, as it says in Revelation, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the demons shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Are you okay?
Okay. I think I'm ready to head home now. Hey, don't be a stranger.
Was this the person I couldn't control before? I guess so. Alright, give me a second, because I think... Give me a second to see if power out is everywhere around the house. I have a battery backup for the PC, so I don't lose... Because that happened in Dynasty Warriors. Power outage, my footage was toast. And it was really bad, because that was a really good playthrough that me and the missus had done. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Now where were we? Apparently Pastor Willem is sick with the black fever. That's not really a surprise to me.
I think I'm running out of gas.
In times like these, I often take comfort in those around me. Knowing that an entire community is looking to me for guidance and support gives me the strength to carry on when all seems lost.
Thank you.
All I've done is point you to the truth you already knew. Stay safe.
There you go. Don't say I never gave you anything.
What's gonna happen? What you got?
Oh, you know.
Went down to an expired bottle of baby aspirin and a case of cough syrup, we wouldn't have so many sick people.
Now, there's some issues if you leave too early, so I might not move. I don't know. Some people say that moving around can bug the game when it comes to dealing with Pastor Will.
Hey, do you think you could do me a favor while you're out there?
I'm on it.
No, never mind, it's stupid.
I'm confused.
I've been packing up my dad's stuff, and I found a watch box. It's from the birthday present I got him when I was 12. This stupid little plastic thing with cartoon fish on it. I don't know why he kept it, but it kind of made me realize I don't have anything to remember him by. So, I was going to ask if you'd go up to where he died and bring me something of his. No, forget it. It's stupid. It's way too...
Let her deal with this first. Where were we?
No, forget it. It's stupid. It's way too risky. I'm sorry I brought it up.
On old days, I could have totally whooped all those zombies, but I'm not sure if I have what it takes anymore. With characters that don't have, of course, like super combat stats. Probably what I really need to do. Is there anything else? Not really. Alright, let's go ahead.
I just got a distress call from our neighbors. There's some trouble we might want to look into.
Confirmed. We are Zed-free here.
Wasn't there an event or something that I wanted to look up? Not that one, but anyways, let's read this. Lydia's been going through her dad's things, and I think she's starting to realize how much she's really lost. I know I can't bring him back, but maybe if she had something to remember him by. We have to face facts.
Somebody's broadcasting something.
Jack! Jack, do you copy? Damn it, man, where are you?
You might want to go check it out.
I think it's time we pulled up stakes.
Should I tell everyone to pack up?
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's get everybody moving.
Great. So now what? Stay here a couple of weeks and move again?
This is what the room looks like now, and in just a little while, 46 seconds, it'll be cleaned up a little bit.
Looks like the moment's passed. Hey, I don't want to panic you, but we may have a problem.
What happened?
I've been talking to some of the other survivors. A bunch of them are talking about some new disease that's been hitting their people.
I think we just saw it.
Yeah? Well, better stock up on meds. Pastor Will's not looking so great.
You can't save him without glitching the game, so... Ned, why are you shaking up?
All things considered, I think we're doing pretty okay. Never leave a man behind. That's us, motherfuckers. Zed gets to go hungry tonight.
I think I'll check this out next.
We could use a hand clearing the area. Lead the way.
It's gonna be trouble.
Thing is, I don't really care what the infestation is. I can see this behind me. I'm just gonna take them and go looting, and they're gonna cover my back. We'll start by clearing out the trunk of this car into this enclave right here, which always has zombies in it. I still don't get it. Oh, there's people here now. Whatever. Apparently, he was out on a mission, and I guess if he's the only guy here, zombies occupy the building? I guess that's kind of interesting. I never realized that. So when all the enclave is out, it will get taken over by zombies. Okay. Alright, let's start pillaging. Start with up here and work our way south through town.
Zombies on our 6. Stay alert.
This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck. Confirmed. We are Zed-free here. I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
Better get ready. We'll be on them soon if we keep going this way.
I can't remember what happens when I call for scavengers when there's this many things left. I think here's what happens. If I call for scavengers now and I grab the fuel, he will automatically grab a material rucksack instead. I'm not 100% sure. I think when you're on missions, you're less likely to spawn, we can't complete this building until you find this one thing for us objective.
This is good.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I mean, it doesn't suck.
If you have to ask, you may not have what it takes to be a survivor. But you have been in bed this whole game.
Heads up. Zombies on our left.
Better look around some more.
Zombies up ahead. Go through or go around?
Construction complete. I always wanted to say that.
I'm in position.
We don't actually need a second sleeping quarters like I just have there. I think the game kind of stops giving you natural survivors around 13 to 18 or something, maybe 23 people.
This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck. Area's secure. No Zeds here.
Alright, let's see if he's took a material rucksack. There were 2 of them here. Oh, he took everything? Oh, man. So I just... Alright. Well, it was a learning experience. Let's see how much he gives my base then. I don't like the frying pan as much. That's why I'm using it now, so I can basically use it up. Yeah, so it's 15 regardless. So basically I just lost a whole rucksack of materials, but that's alright because I am generating them with thin air some of the time.
This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck. Confirmed. We are Zed-free here. I don't have enough space for this.
Well, if anything, I can dismantle once I get my bunkhouse upgraded. Once I get enough gear, I'll start pulling these things like these tier 3 hockey sticks out. But right now I don't have a lot of stuff. Like, I have to put the backpacks in, because I'm not sure if I have enough backpacks for everyone, that kind of thing. It's one of the benefits of having an outpost in your area.
Sit tight. I'm bringing this stuff home.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
I found some supplies. Send runners for pickup.
I'll get people moving.
I'm in place. I'll check to see what's here.
This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck.
Pinky's starting to hurt from holding run all the time.
I mean, it doesn't suck. I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
So I'll probably edit out most of this part, really. You don't really need to see me loot these houses that are clear of zombies. Come on, man. Figure it out.
Could be trouble on the left.
All quiet here. This is good, right? I mean, it doesn't suck.
Day 9. The attacks are getting more frequent now. They know we're here. Ammo's running low, but it's the stress that's really getting to us. Can't sleep with all those screamers out there. Vasquez is taking the worst. If you find this note and you find us dead from gunshot wounds, look at Vasquez. I'm losing 5 a day. Okay. I have 2 outposts. Outposts can generate use of resources at the expense of materials. Materials, I think, are the most important thing. I don't know which is more valuable, baking ingredients or canned goods or food jars. So I'm just going to go ahead and break... I don't know. I guess we'll just take... let's break canned goods, see what we got. 4 of them. Okay.
I found some supplies. I'm loaded
So every
up.
outpost you
See you
get
back at base.
costs you materials to
Roger
upkeep.
that. We'll be waiting.
Oops, that's not where I parked. I just happened to sneak in through the back so that all the zombies I had lured by driving around town would not be attacking me right away.
Better get ready. We'll be on them soon if we keep going this way.
Finish it off!
I was trying to hit him, but he just like missed. I got clawed for my troubles. Let's go move this out of the way. There if I ever need a quick getaway.
Okay, I'll run this home.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
I don't block the windows in case zombies see me and try to get at me. So I'll destroy this note. Check this house out. Right now my outposts are more for security of the town than it is for resources. But ideally you'd have both. And one.
Taking inventory.
Maybe I should do no. By the time I complete the infestation mission, it'll be over.
I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
We'll see you soon.
Of course, you can't do anything in the self-storage either, which is a little silly. Oh, I hear car doors. So I think my family's home. At this point, I'm going to go silent. And I'll do post a commentary or something over the rest of this. As a heads up, pretty much the rest of the footage from now until I complete the infestation mission is going to be me cleaning out Spencer's mill, every single building. I'll generally be cutting out parts where I retreat to drop off my things. If you were concerned that I was leaving behind items, don't be. You just don't see me collecting them. I'll search, grab what I can, and then edit out me dumping off my goods so that I can go back and get more things. I may leave behind things like that. One durability ranking super heavy blunt weapon. Now all weapons do the same damage, except for hero spawned weapons.
I don't have enough space for this.
Not really sure how much damage really matters in this game, but I suppose it might matter for like a juggernaut or something. Here we're going to encounter a weird little glitch, but since the AI survivors can grapple a zombie, it's pretty much will teleport the zombie into their arms. And each one can grab one, so they both got their grab. This entire Spencer's Mill has given me enough supplies to pretty much win the game at this point.
Coming home now.
Okay, I'll run this home.
But I will continue to loot, because that is kind of the interesting part of playing the game, is just, going around, grabbing stuff, and making your team more powerful.
See you back at base.
Or at least that's what I find interesting about it. Not so much inventory management, which is why I take that part out.
Bringing this stuff home.
We'll be ready.
There is a mod to increase the size of all trunks for every car. Increase the trunks for every car to like 18 or something. Again, these are ease of life, ease of convenience of life, or however you want to call it. Because you really don't need to use 18 slots to survive any battle. More likely you're going to carry lots of good things in your car, and then your car is going to get blown up. And I wouldn't say that having 18 slots makes you win the game. I think it just makes looting easier in that it's just faster. You still have to deal with the zombies on your way in, and once it's secure, it's secure. There are a lot of things that I had done during Breakdown to make my life easier. And
right? I mean,
when we do get to Breakdown, I probably will reinstall these mods if they can work with Year 1 Survival Edition. I can understand if that bothers some players, some purists, but I just don't feel like making 7 trips to clean out a house. I'd rather just, grab everything once, drop it off in my car, and move on. Same thing for outposts. There's a mod that'll give you as many outposts as you can think you can spawn. And again, that's just for convenience. Now, a lot of the mods I would install is mainly for convenience. And convenience does mean that the game is easier, but I don't think it removes any of the actual combat or challenging portions of the game, like dealing with juggernauts. It's not like I nerf them or even install a mod to remove juggernaut. Basically, the mods I tend to pick make it more convenient for me to get back to the parts I like of the game. So, for example, if there was a Death Road to Canada mod, that removes sieges, I'd probably be all over that. Maybe a mod to lessen the number of zombies overall, that kind of thing. Again, I get that it's purists may say, Tran, you're being a wimp. Just deal with it. I get that. I do. I just hope that anybody watching these videos can understand that sometimes I just want to play rather than have to work all the time. So at this point, I'm just trading up my gun, my shooting skill, by using up the revolver. I'm not sure if I know at some point I'll mention this, maybe during the post commentary for the previous episode, or just somewhere down the line. But I like to use up the bullets for any gun I'm about to sell. The extra bullets in the gun don't make the gun cost, doesn't make the gun sell for more, so you might as well use them up. One of the nice things about blunt weapons is that I can strike more than one opponent. I think most people, I think a lot of people on forums really enjoy edge weapons because they really like the instant death aspect of it. But I really find that blunt just gives me consistent results, and I don't like to rely on random. You may have noticed that. I like to control my own fate essentially. With combat endurance, an attack with blunt, edged, or unarmed will cost between 3 and 2 stamina. If you have a heavy weapon on a powerhouse, it'll cost between 3 and 2. If you have a heavy weapon on a non-powerhouse, it'll cost between 4 and 3. I say between because it varies a little bit. And that's just the best integer to work with when explaining these things for these attacks. Anyways, without combat endurance, you don't get any rounding issues. So let's say you don't have combat endurance and you're attacking with a blunt weapon. So you use up 4 stamina. Let's say it takes you 2 hits to knock a zombie down. Okay, that's now 8 stamina. Now you execute, that is 12 stamina. So you've now killed a zombie for a total of 20 stamina. For an edged weapon, that means that as long as it takes you less than 5 hits, you can kill a zombie with that much stamina. That is, so if I use an edge weapon, for that to win out over the blunt weapon, stamina-wise, I would need to swing and kill it within 4 hits. A couple things is that I can't hit more than 1 zombie with it. So if I'm fighting a single zombie and I have to swing 4 times at it, at this point I've essentially lost the competition for blunt weapons, because I could be hitting 2 zombies every swing of a blunt weapon. Again, it is random. That means that you'll probably end up swinging into the middle of the air, a clean miss, essentially, once the zombie that you're currently targeting is out for the count. Execution also allows you to avoid the heavy damaging attacks by zombies. So they can't chomp you, they can just swipe you. And generally, you can see when they're about to swipe you, so you might even be able to roll out of the way once you finish your execution. So executions, they don't quite give you an invincibility frame, but they do help. Now, since I've mentioned combat endurance, and I'll throw these stats up at some point later, if I make a guide for this.
Area's secure. No Zeds here.
I don't know if there's any interest in it, considering the game is, what, like 2003, and it's 14 years since then? Not sure when this game came out. Now, once an AI starts kicking a guy, they seem not to ever want to stop. And their kicks generally don't, as they're spamming the kick, it generally doesn't allow the zombie to fall into a kneeling or prone
so damn tired.
or anything state. And if they do manage to knock the zombie against the wall, the kicks won't execute a zombie either. I just feel that once they start kicking, they don't stop. And maybe that's their way of forcing an equivalence to an exhaustion of stamina. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter how strong your survivor is, when he's under AI control, he acts just like any other survivor. So he'll take just as many hits, do just as much damage, have just as much stamina, and never use their special attacks.
I mean, it doesn't
Take,
suck.
for example, I tried this. I loaded up my test simulation. By the time I'm doing this post commentary, by the way, I've already finished the game, and I've just been gathering data for my for a guide that I think I'll be trying to make. I'm not sure if I will ever I don't know if I'll ever release it, because again, this game is like super old. It's like 14 years old by this point. I don't know if anybody would ever want to look for a guide on this game by then, but I do have information I've never seen anywhere else. So maybe I will. Maybe I will throw it out there, have something new to the discussion, because it's still a good game. It's just unfortunate.
All quiet here.
How it's just unfortunate how the Year 1 Survival Edition was released and what that meant for
Right? I mean, it
people who
doesn't
had
suck.
purchased the original game like me.
I found some supplies. Send runners for pickup.
It's
I'll round up everybody that's available.
I'm sure there must have been reasons. I don't know what those reasons are, so anything I have to say is probably not relevant. But I can't, other than just knowing that I don't like it. But there probably was a reason, and if I knew the reason, maybe I'd be understanding about it. Still, even if you feel it supports bad business practices or however you think of Undead Labs, I did purchase the second,
Zombies coming up behind.
the Year 1 Survival Edition anyways. Though, on the bright side, I did purchase it during a Steam summer sale. It was like $7. I can get like a Subway sandwich for that. Fences are really good for dispatching enemies, including juggernauts. If you have trouble fighting a juggernaut one-on-one, use a fence of some sort. If you don't have like overwhelming firepower such as artillery strikes, guns, vehicles, if you choose to fight a juggernaut with a vehicle, don't let up on the gas. That means like as soon as you hit it, don't wind your car back up and then accelerate forward. Just keep your foot on the acceleration. Or if you're going backwards into the monster, then don't let go of the S key. It won't guarantee you'll get to kill the Juggernaut, but it will improve your likelihood. Things like fighting a Pharaoh is if you manage to push the Juggernaut against a wall or some sort of object that doesn't allow them to fly backwards at their full range, it'll make your life easier. So what I mean by this is, let's say you end up drop kicking the Pharaoh. If there's nothing behind him, he's going to get up before you can execute him. So what you want to do is try to position yourself where you'll be able to drop to kick the Pharaoh into some sort of object, like a wall, and then you can execute him. Now that being said, if you just need to get yourself some breathing room so you can reposition yourself, feel free to just drop kick him and then reposition yourself and then drop kick him again if you need to. Since I tend to specialize in blunt weapons, I always have the uppercut. And generally, what I'll do is I'll listen for the roar, and I'll just roll away, I'll just roll into where I can execute the Pharaoh. But if that fails, then I have my uppercut. And if uppercut is unavailable, then there's always drop kick. The spinning backhand for blunt, and the low slice for edged, as well as the leg sweep for reflex. Those don't actually do anything to a Pharaoh. I don't know if shove or power kick, I don't know what they do to a Pharaoh.
This looks like a good spot for an outpost.
If I do make a guy, I kind of want to try to find out how all these abilities react on a monster. Like, doing a shove on a Juggernaut. Can you do that? Probably not. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any sort of mod that would allow me to spawn Special Infected. I did find a mod that allowed me to spawn Normal, Common Infected, and that's not useful to me. That means that I'm going to have to try to drive around to find these guys, which is going to be annoying. Like, yes, the Pharaohs do pop up often enough to be annoying to you, to distract you, but they're not all over the place. You could go 30 minutes, an hour without seeing one. So I'll probably have to drive around a lot in the countryside to try to see if I can spawn a Pharaoh. But otherwise, I would like to try experimenting with all these abilities, just to see what works for which boss monsters. But for blunt weapons, uppercut works. I think decapitation works for edged. I don't know much about heavy weapons because I never use heavy weapons. A lot of people love heavy weapons and swear by it. I just never got used to them. I'm not saying they're bad, I just never got used to them, so it's not part of my regular play style. I believe that there's two different ways to play. One is you play to win, meaning you stick to what you know and what you know is good. The other is playing to learn, which means you're experimenting with builds that may be less than optimal in order to find that new golden ticket. So let's say we're playing StarCraft and you decide, okay, well, for the first two guys, I'm going to build a supply depot and then build a refinery for the Vespine gas. You're probably going to lose against someone who has a tried and true strategy of, I don't know, like depot on 3, barracks on 4, or barracks on 7, or whatever. However the game strategy goes. I don't remember what the build orders have been. I haven't played that in, gosh, like 20 years.
Confirmed. We are
But
set free here.
You know, that's the difference. And one is experimenting with less than the modern best strategies, so that you can find out more information. So when I'm playing something where like Tran wins X, that means that I probably won't be experimenting a lot. I will probably just be trying to do the optimal boring strats to complete the game. This isn't as boring as it could have been, because what I could have done is I could have taken Marcus, Maya, and Ed from the very beginning of the game and just wander the world. Now, that being said, you can die before you ever get to the church. Every wiki and so forth says that you only die once you reach the church. No, that's not true. I have deliberately experimented around to see when the earliest you can die is. And I'm experimenting, so experimenting means playing less than the optimal way. I wouldn't know when the earliest you could die is, so that way I would know when your immortality wears off. That way, if you know when your immortality wears off, you can really abuse it. I kept trying to get Marcus killed constantly, and then I found the trigger for it, and that is after you climb up on the little mountain, or land your car on the other side of Mount Tanner, basically. So once you've gone over the gap of Mount Tanner, that's when your characters can start dying. If you're controlling Marcus, Maya can die by zombies. Ed can never die. Like I surrounded him with like 12 zombies. I threw firebombs on him. He would never die. He would just like stand up for one frame and then crouch back down. But Maya could die, and so could the character you're controlling. If I were going to do a speedrun, I might switch over to Maya as soon as I get there, turn around, jump off the cliff so she gets significant damage, and then I let her get eaten by zombies at the bottom of the cliff. That would warp you to the Church of Ascension. I don't know how much time that would save, but it would be faster than driving there. Another time saver is, instead of walking with Lily, you can just hop in the car and leave. You'll fail the voices on the radio mission, but you might save yourself a little bit of time talking and following her. Unfortunately, you get locked in a talking cutscene with her of the exact same dialogue that you could have been walking around on. What I mean is, if you follow Lily, when you get in front of the gate, you can still walk around and talk to her, but you still have to stay in her area, I believe. And you can check out the supply locker and do some things. But if you don't follow her, they freeze you right in front of the gate after teleporting you there, and then you have to talk to her until she shuts up. Once you reach fighting level 4, you can pick a specialization for one of the weapon styles. Many people play without realizing this for some time. The game doesn't actually tell you much about it. When you get fighting level 4, open up your journal, flip open to your stats tab, which is designated by the star, and then pick a weapon. Now, I don't pick a weapon immediately because I don't really know what I want for my characters. But I've been considering or contemplating. It's a permanent decision, so unfortunately I'm kind of hesitant to make these life-altering decisions for these characters. But I do know that I'll always be happy picking blunt for everybody. I don't know if I'll be happy picking heavy. In order of preference, it's blunt, edged, and heavy. I probably say this at some other point. There's like 27 hours of footage for me playing this game. cut. I'll probably say this at some other point during the recording of all of State of Decay. But there was a blog post by someone who scored very high in Breakdown, and he
We'll see you soon.
tried to math it out. But unfortunately, the only reason I say try is he doesn't have concrete numbers. He has guesses. Now maybe those are concrete numbers, and I'm just misinterpreting the way he's saying it. But it sounds like he's just making guesses about, like, you know, it'd be like there's a 1 in 3 chance of knocking a zombie down with a blood weapon or something like that. That probably isn't the number he says, but that's how I'm saying it. Whereas I can tell you exactly how much stamina you lose, plus or minus some rounding issues. But I can tell you exactly how much stamina you use, and why, for example, you can roll more with combat endurance. Earlier I did say that I don't think anybody has shown the numbers for this material. So as an example, I'll tell you that you can roll, every time you roll without combat endurance, that costs you 16 stamina. Every time you roll with combat endurance, it costs you 10 stamina. So take a character with an appropriate number of stamina and test it. You should end up with the same amount of rolls as I told you about. Now, that being said, keep in mind that leftover stamina, like you have 3 stamina left, in any case I can currently think of, and I feel like rolls are the same, you can complete that action. So if I have, for example, 170 stamina, and I roll 10 times, losing 160 stamina, I have 10 stamina left. I can still do a roll. But then after that, your character will say he's tired. So that is something to keep in mind. Other than that, give it a try. One thing that I hit upon for trying is when you start a mission, it doesn't save. So level up a character to whatever you need, start a mission, and then just pick those abilities you want to test out. So, for example, I wanted to test out instant counter to see if combat endurance would affect instant counter and that kind of stuff. I wanted to see possibilities. I wanted to test if rage would take effect if you killed a zombie with a spin kick into terrain. Now, I know the answers to these, and if I ever release my guide, they'll be in that. Remember, I know that's kind of a switch-in thing, but this is post-commentary. So by this point, I have finished the main storyline twice. I finished it in the original, which is what you're seeing here, and I kind of did not a super fast speed run, but I kind of focused on the story missions more on my Year 1 Survival Edition playthrough, which I don't know if I will release. It'll probably be an unlisted video attached to the end of this particular playthrough. So we're pretty much almost done scavenging all of Spencer's Mill. After I turn this into an outpost, I have a few last things to do, and then I head on over and finally do the infestation mission that these guys have been following me around for. I don't even know their names, but they've been following me around for literally a game day at this point. Make sure that you don't have any more than 10 rucksacks in the game at any time. The rucksacks will just start disappearing after that. You don't even have to log out of the game for them to start disappearing. This happens to me later in this playthrough. I'll have like, I'll keep setting out rucksacks and some will be disappearing.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to set up here.
Are you sure? That's a big decision.
Yeah, tell the gang we're building an outpost here.
Zombies up ahead. Go through or go around?
So here's the infestation. You're going to be rather underwhelmed by what I face here. And because I played for so long, I figure a billion missions are going to pop up on me, so I pretty much exit once the mission's over. There's not much in the way of goodbye or finale or whatever. And here we are. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins State of Decay. I'll see you next time.
Hey, do you think you could do me a favor while you're out there? I've been packing up my dad's stuff, and I found a watch box. I was going to ask if you'd go up to where he died and bring me something of his. No, forget it. It's stupid. It's way too risky.